أعزائي المشاهدين، كما عودناكم في برنامجكم الأسبوعي برنامج إماراتي، أن نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. ولهذا الأسبوع نستضيف لكم خيرة من دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. Good afternoon, Mr. Mihir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, very well.
At the first, we would like to know who is Mihir.
Who is Mihir? That's a very interesting question actually, but a lot of things, but also a very simple architect, designer, and a kid who grew up in Dubai, I would say.
Mr. Mihir, we would like to know about your education before you joined your father's business.
So I grew up in Dubai. We've been here for many years before 1988. That's when I was born. I studied in an Indian school in Dubai, the Indian high school, and after that I went to India to study. So before I became an architect, my education was in Dubai, UAE.
That's great.
Yeah.
And how you doing the business, or which year and what you are to the business?
So my grandfather is a structural engineer. My father is an architect.
You are the third generation. Wow.
My brother is a civil engineer. I am also an architect. So I would say that it is pretty much in my blood to only become this. But also when you grow up around the same conversations and the same culture, you realize that this is your true calling and this is what you want to be a part of. So before I joined architecture, this is how I really became an architect, before I became an architect.
That's great. Let us to know about the company.
Okay, so I run this company, studio. I would say studio. We don't call ourselves a company because we're a 34-year-old startup.
1988.
1988. Since we've been here, we're a design and build studio. Most of our clients come to us because you want to see what you've designed come to reality, and that's where we come in. So it could be anything from a luxury villa, a hotel lobby, to a fine dining restaurant and a bar. For us, it doesn't matter because we're across the segment and we design and we build.
Mr. Mihir, I'm sure all that journey you have some experience today for the young generation, as a young generation who start in his father field.
Yes.
Let us to know how you follow your father and what advice you will give in the end for the young generation.
My father is probably amongst the most hardworking people that I know. So the only thing that I took away while watching him day in and day out was the fact that he put in so much effort into everything he did, and he did it with 100% honesty and integrity. So if my only takeaway from all of this was to become the hardest worker in the room and to stay humble and keep my head down. If I genuinely had to give if I had to share something with the upcoming generations, I would only say that be willing to give what you ask for, because I mean, there is a cost and a price to everything. So don't come in with an attitude of entitlement. Come in with an attitude of learning and growing, because that will take you much further in life. So that's my simple advice.
Design and Smith. Let us know more about it.
The name is very simple. It says Design and Smith, right? So the name is not a British name. It comes from a very simple combination of words. It's a smith is somebody who makes,
right,
and a designer is somebody who designs. And when you put the two, we basically design and make. It could be as simple as from one bedroom all the way up to a 200-seater restaurant for us. So we design and we make. What sets us apart completely is that we're almost about 600 people. We have a 200,000 square feet built facility in Al Quoz. We've been in Al Quoz pretty much all our life, and everything that we do is in-house for us. So it could be from the ceilings to the flooring to the marble, the furniture, all of that is completely in-house. And we're about 40 plus designers, and we're an international studio. So this makes us quite exciting to work with in general.
600 plus and more than 40 designers,
Yes.
mashallah, we say. We would like to know how you select the team who work under you. The procedure of the company of Designsmith and Smith to select their team.
So we're obviously always looking to hire the best in talent, but when you're interviewing, right? So this is something I learned from other people in general, and they shared their knowledge and expertise with me. So you're always trying to understand the person and not their skill set, because skills are easy. Skills can be taught.
Right.
I can teach you how to draw. If I make you do it 10 times, you'll probably learn it immediately, right? Then you're a specialist. But I can't teach you attitude. I can't teach you that comes from inside, right? Are you a team player? I can't put you into a team and say, now learn to become a team player. You can't do that. So it's very vague. My way of questioning in an interview is very vague. I always try and throw off the other person who's sitting across me with a random set of questions. So what does your father do? How many kids in the family? Do you play any sports? Oh really? You like paddle? Yeah, so that's pretty much my line of questioning, because I want to know the person who's going to work with us, because at the end of the day, you don't work for us, you work with us. It's a platform of equals, and everybody builds up from there. So it might not answer your question, but it's just our way of doing things.
I will call you as a leader team. Leader
Yes.
always give advice for his team.
Yeah.
If I ask you about the relation, how you build the trust. At the first, we need to build the trust on our company inside the studio.
Yeah.
Then we will go out to build the trust with our customer.
Yes.
How you let your employees to trust you as a leader?
You gotta lead by example, because if you're not willing to do what you expect somebody else to do, then there is no way that you can expect them to go ahead and do it, right? So it starts from the smallest tasks. It's like, if I expect my receptionist to come and offer you coffee, it starts with me first. Did I offer you coffee? Because that's my cultural values. If somebody comes into my house,
You are right.
it's my guest, right? So I can't say that you should be doing this if I'm not willing to do it myself. So it starts with the basics, and then it becomes a much bigger thing eventually. So if I'm not willing to design it myself, I can't expect you to design it for me. Because if I don't know my own tools and I don't know my own skill set, I can't expect somebody else. Yes, there's a 100% chance that you will be much better at it than I am, but that's exactly why you're hired in the first place. You're not hired to do exactly what I do. You're hired to basically enhance what I do and make it better. So it's a different way of looking at things.
Right. And how you treat your team to be in a strong relation with them? What's your relation between you and your team?
With
You can call it as
absolute
a
trust.
management
So we call it absolute trust, because eventually all family. There's no hidden secrets in the studio. All the numbers, the profit statements, everything is public. And the reason is that tomorrow, if we all win, we win together. If we lose, we accept our losses and we learn together.
Right.
So there is no owner hierarchy. We're all leaders technically, and you're all owners of the business. And it's your business to grow. Because if you grow, the next person grows, and the next person grows, and we all grow. And I think a very simple philosophy we have here is that if you start as a junior, your only responsibility, I would say immediately, is to replace your senior. And the senior can replace his senior, and he can replace me. And if you replace me, I will go out and do something else for the company, and then we all win. And then the whole cycle keeps going. So it's completely, everyone gets to be an owner at some level.
You are right. We saw many products in your studio.
Yes.
Let us to know about the supplier, how you select your supplier, as I think you have thousands of products in this
We
studio.
do. We work on an aggregator model because for us, our clients come first. It's not about the product by itself. So I personally believe, and the studio personally believe, that design is for everybody. It doesn't matter if you have a 1-bedroom house or you have a 50-bedroom villa. It doesn't make a difference, right? design should be for everyone because everyone equally deserves a good, nice space. Also, the same way, your budget could be 100,000 dirhams or your budget could be 100 million dirhams. So, does that mean that somebody is using cheaper material or better material? No, it's your choice. So, the reason why we have such a mega model of samples and materials and finishes is that we want to cater to everyone, because today, and this is from my own journey, where I was 5 years back and where I am today has changed completely. So has my requirements and so has my taste. But I am still the same person. And for me, a client who starts here today, if we do everything right, will probably reach the next level in the next 5 years, will still remain a client with us forever. So our idea is to make forever clients and not a one-time client.
Wow. And to give a trust, also trust for the supplier for their materials.
Yes.
You need also from them their certificates for the
100%.
materials and all those things to build a strong also trust with your customer.
Yes.
How you select their certificates?
So
materials.
So we're technical. We're technical people. I'm an architect by profession, but we also do contracting and execution. That's why we have so many people. Mm-hmm. So we understand the quality and the grade of the material, and it becomes easier for us to define what is the value this material brings. Because you get the same material from different countries also, and the price points will change. Right. The idea is to work on a model which is basically high quality and value for money. So the certificates help us verify those aspects of it.
And did you follow or you are focusing for the sensitives, we can say like the eco greens of Dubai and all these things?
So we always try and justify to our clients to prefer something which comes from right practice. Mm-hmm. The wood that is selected is from forests which are replenished. The marble that comes from is not through human abuse of labor. So we try and validate these things because we don't want to feed into an ecosystem which we don't believe in ourselves.
Right.
So you want to work towards a sustainable model which is for the future and forever, always.
From your experience, I'm sure you have your manage and you have your team manage also to compare between a very high quality of services and design and also a very good price. To compare between these two, it is hard.
Yes.
How you manage good price with high quality?
Through relationships. So we come from a service industry, and it's like if I ask you a very simple question, right? You want to travel,
right?
And you want to go to, say, Maldives. Which flight will you take?
The best VIP.
Okay. Which airlines?
Emirates. I trust more in Emirates.
Why? But there are 10 other airlines which are slightly cheaper, mm-hmm. and they also go to Maldives.
Right.
But you said Emirates immediately.
Because I trust them.
Okay. That's it.
I don't care for what I will be.
Then that's exactly my model.
That's good.
If I can be very honest, this is actually the model that we work in the office. I want to be the Emirates of the design industry because we did this exercise with the entire team, and I asked my Filipino friends and my Egyptian friends and my Indian friends, you want to go back home, which flight do you want to take? Which ticket should the company give you? And they said Emirates. And I said, why? It's the best. Why? No, I just like it.
Safe, yeah.
I just like it.
Safe, yeah.
I like it. It's safe. Some people said it's always on time. Amazing. The luggage never gets lost. So many things. But the point is, everybody said Emirates, right? But it doesn't matter what the price point is. You never checked. Because for you, I know.
If you will check, you will find the right day to choose for the
and you will still change your dates to go. So that's exactly my model of working. Yeah. I want to be the Emirates of the design and the build industry because my service is top notch and you can trust us with every single thing that you want to put into it.
Nearly to 2010-11, you joined the business.
Yes.
It was a world crisis, financial world crisis.
Yes.
How you manage that time when you are joining? It was a little bit hard, I'm sure.
So we love a crisis model because especially in our industry, there is a lot of fluff and fakeness which happens and things like that, right? And a crisis will wipe out all of that because you can't afford to fluff anymore, which means all the genuine players will continue playing and all the fakers will have to exit. It's a good cleanup of the system because for us, it reduces the competition because you will continue working with people you trust. If you realize that the people who have money are not making money today and dropping tomorrow and making money again, they're consistent. They will always have the same amount of wealth regardless. So when you're working with those people, it doesn't make a difference.
2019-20, COVID-19 started. Did you reduce
Best
any
time of my
employees
life.
Best time, wow.
Best time of my life.
Touch wood, we will
Touch
say
wood.
again. Did you reduce any employees?
No, we actually added.
Can we know about this shortly?
So I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why we added.
Yeah.
When COVID happened, like I said, the whole fluff model doesn't work. So when your prices are inflated over here, you can't survive anymore.
Right.
Right. So you have to start letting go of people. When you let go of good people, it becomes a good time for us to basically try and hire more people. So we actually went into a hiring spree during COVID because we got best talent and best practices. And if you think about it, COVID was the safest place to be during COVID was Dubai or was UAE. Right? You didn't have anything to worry about. No healthcare issues. You were getting vaccinations. Checks were in place. Masks were mandatory. Nobody breaks the rules. When I come back from in India, it's madness. There's destruction everywhere. People are dying. There's no healthcare. There's no services available.
Wow, sure.
How do people manage these things? But here everything was taken care of, and it's the vision of the country which people buy into. So now when you see you're reaping the rewards of that vision of the safest place is why the whole world is moving to UAE.
Mr. Mihir, what the first decision you take it after you start with your in your father business or in the business?
So
First decision, and you are not forget till today.
I want a MacBook. That was my first decision. I said I want a MacBook, and my father asked me why, and I said, and this is my small thinking, because designers carry MacBooks. That was my first decision ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
Today, after a long journey of success, I'm sure you have advice for anyone who want to start his business or
Yes.
who has a plan to start his business. What
Yes.
you will advise as a successful, as an entrepreneur?
Go for it. Do it. But just make sure that you're 100% in it and you're not just thinking about it because the trends are saying this is a good business to be in. What happens is that people think that, oh, it's so easy, but it's never really that easy actually. So my suggestion is that if you're going to do it, go in 100%, be okay with the struggle, be okay with the long days, the without sleep nights, with the stress and all of that. If you're not going to accept all of this, it's not going to fly.
Most popular project you work for it and you are not for it.
There's way too many.
Let us know a few of them, or if you are in.
So we love this office that we did in DIFC. It's been completed about 3 months ago. It's for a semi-government entity. I won't say the name because we're not allowed to,
Sure.
but we love it. It's come out really, really well. We're doing amongst the nicest restaurants right now in Jumeirah Al Qasr, which is going to be stunning. It's for a celebrity chef. We love that one. We've done some beautiful homes for villas in Kawanij. Some of my clients are in Kawanij, so we love doing their private spaces because it's so curated, like everything from the fabric in the curtain to the bed to the carpet to the art that goes on the wall, it's all curated, and we love that little touches that we get to put in somebody's life, because when you exit and leave the project, it stays with them for years. And if you think about it, they never stop thinking about you because you've left a little mark in their lives.
After sales service is the important way it came. How you support your customer after sales service?
Any customer,
Maybe
and which
after
is
1 year or 2 years.
just call us. It's simple. You have a relationship with us, call us.
And if they have any problem, how you will find the solution with
There's
how
always
many?
a solution.
Right.
It's never a problem. It's always a challenge. Just call us and we're here to support you. Because now, by the time we finish this long process, we're probably family. So it doesn't matter.
Certificates or awards you got it and you are proud today for it.
We won a few awards. We won awards for the best design studio. We won awards for the best retail project, F&B project, luxury residential. But I think more than all of this, my favorite is the fact that we have amongst the happiest teams in the world, I would say. Because if you just walk around and ask anyone, how do you feel today? And they'll say, I'm happy. They're happy to be in a place which appreciates what they do and the culture that we've set up over here. So we want to be, and we will continue remaining amongst the happiest, nicest places to work because that's where we spend most of our time. So I think that's my biggest award and achievement, not the award by itself.
After COVID-19, many people moving to digitally.
Yes.
How you move?
Our industry is very specific in terms of service. So we actually learned the digital way of doing things because of COVID. So it was a forced learning for us. But I think the learning helped us now expand globally. So we have an office in India, which is about 9 people already in 4 months, and we're expanding over there rapidly. There's a lot of cross communication that happens between the teams only because of digital platforms. We're now moving to Saudi and expanding in Saudi. Again, great communication facilities, seamless. You don't realize, it doesn't matter which part of the world you are in. Now you can actually do work across the globe. And we didn't realize the power of doing that before. So now we've learned it, and that's great.
Today, if you have a thanks message for the people who are very near to you, who support you, who can call them your backbone, I mean the family of Desighn and Smith, for who you will say thanks from your very close people?
So obviously, if I'm going to say thanks, I have a lot of thanks to say. I want to say first thanks to my family, because without them, without their teachings, culture, and what they've made me who I am today, I don't think I would be this person. So thank you. I want to thank my wife. Without her and her supporting my madness, my craziness, and my absolutely unbelievable thoughts and dreams, I don't think I would be where I am today. So please continue supporting, don't stop. My brother, who is basically my partner in crime in the entire business, without his logical understanding, stability, and his clear thought process, there is no Designsmith. I want to thank Thiru and my entire team at Designsmith, because with their backbone and their support, we've ended up doing all this that we do. So the entire operations team, the entire design team, without you guys, this is not a successful model. It's you guys who make us successful. And then I also want to actually take a split second and thank my entire BNI team, which is the BNI Champions, BNI Warriors, BNI Victory, because without you guys, I would have not learned or grown to who I am today. And if you really want me to say a very simple thanks, I would say thank you to the country that we're in, the opportunities that we've received, which are not available to everybody, the support that we get in everything that we want to do and achieve, and possibly the best platform for anyone to come in and start and grow. So with that, I think it's to the country in general, like the people over here. You make us who we are. So thank you.
And what you will say for the UAE leaders, for their support, for the safety, for their visionary? More than 230 nationalities, we live together, we support each other, we respect each other. That's what we learn in United Arab Emirates, the peace country.
Yes.
Sheikh Zayed, he built one of very strong country, which today everyone talk about it, and it's a dream for everyone.
Yes.
What you will say for our leaders?
I only want to say one thing for leaders, that even though I'm Indian by nationality, I always say Dubai is home, and this is where I am from. So in that very simple sentence, if you can make someone who is not a document holder still feel like they're at home for the rest of their life, then I think there is no bigger compliment than that, because everything that you've done in general in terms of the secure element of it, I don't think these are just Instagram memes and jokes. It's absolutely true. It's legit. Without the vision and the support and the infrastructure that you've created, none of us would be where we are today, and no amount of thanks is enough for that. Like, I don't think it's possible to say thank you, because I would hug you if I could, but I can't. So yeah.
Thank you, Mihir, from Designsmith. We wish you for all the best, inshallah, and see you, inshallah, in other program. See you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
في كل إمارة تروح تسلك عقل وروح، بر ومدن وجبال حاجة ترد الروح، دار سواحلها فلت جدايلها، حتى القمر يا ناس بالشعر غالي.